All right, well, I'll get started. So hi, I'm Amber from Influencer Updates on Instagram. And this week I have 4 topics to talk about with you all. I just pick like the biggest topics. Some of them I've posted about publicly already and I just want to like talk more about them. And then if you want to ask any questions, you can put them in the comment box at the bottom and I will answer them at the end of the update. So first update for the week. So you might have seen I posted this one publicly. So Steph Claire Smith and her husband Josh Miller, their son Harvey started daycare this week. So Steph posted a picture of herself crying the night before, saying that she'd missed her train by 1 minute and she was really upset because it meant that she wasn't going to see her son before he went down to sleep, and then she wouldn't be seeing him in the morning either before his first day at daycare, and she was really upset about that. And then Josh also posted, after he'd dropped Harvey off, he posted a video of himself crying, saying that he feels guilt, anxiety, sadness, and love, like just so many emotions about it all. And I think that this was such a relatable post. Like, I know that myself personally, I'm sending my 18-month-old to daycare in January, which is only 3.5 weeks away, and I am just so emotional about it already. I have an older child and I sent her when she was 8 months old, and I was very naive. I thought, great, like we send her to daycare, it's like $50, $60 a day, like this is too good to be true. But it was not too good to be true. She caught a flu her first day there, and then me and my husband caught the flu, and it was just horrible. They do love daycare though, and the educators are absolutely amazing. But yes, a lot of people related to this post by Steph and Josh. There was a little bit of hate, like people saying, oh, it's a bit embarrassing or whatever, that they always have to film themselves crying and post pictures of themselves crying. But yeah, I think that most people really related to what they were saying. I'll just see. Okay, cool. The next post is Indy Clinton. So we're still all trying to guess her name of her future child, which will be a girl child, and she's going to be born in the next probably week. Indy posted today that the doctor wanted to induce her, but she said no because she wants to take her kids to see the Christmas lights. She's so funny like that. But yeah, I think that this brand, Stitch Nest, so they make personalized Santa sacks where they like embroider the name of your child onto the sack. And you can pick like the colors, the stitching colors, and also the pom-pom colors. So Indy did like just a post saying, here's my 3 kids' Santa sacks, like Navy, Bambi, and she turned over the third one so we couldn't see the name, and said, this is the brand, like I paid for it myself, but you know, they're a really great brand if you want to go support them. And then everybody went over to the brand story, and on their story, they had the purple Santa sack, which is the one that Indy had turned over, and it had the name Svea on it, S-V-E-A. And everybody's like, oh my gosh, you've just revealed Indy Clinton's baby's name, because we all know that it starts with S and that it's a short name, and this just fit in with every clue. Somebody on the Tea Time Facebook group was saying that Svea means sun and sea and things like that, which Indy has posted pictures of in her clues. So everybody was very mad at this brand, saying, you know, you've ruined it for everybody, you've ruined it for Indy. And the brand came back and said, this was not Indy's order. This is the order that this was from, and showed that it was a different order to what Indy had made. But it was also a bit confusing because that person had also ordered a pink and a blue Santa sack, much like Indy. But yeah, the brand ended up posting a picture of the names and they did not match Indy's name. So I do not think the name is Svea. That is a very long-winded way of me saying that. But yes, it caused all sorts of chaos on the internet, that one did. So yeah, let me know if you think you do know the name. Put it in the comments because people are still guessing. Scout is a top runner, but that doesn't really tie in with the clues that she's been leaving. Storm does tie in with the clues, but I feel like with Stormy being Kylie Jenner's daughter, I don't think she would pick Storm. But anyway, let me know what you think. The third update for the week, of course, is Matt Poole and Tammy Hembrow. They are just the couple that keep on giving. I love it. They just give us so much information about their relationship in the form of Matt's podcast. So Matt Zukowski has a podcast called Where's Your Head At with his co-host Anna McAvoy. They're both ex-Love Islanders. And in the most recent episode, actually in the second most recent episode, Matt was explaining there was a photo circulating where Matt has like a little heart tattoo on his inner wrist. So does Tammy and her sisters. And they've all posted a picture of their wrist and made it seem as though Matt had a matching tattoo with Tammy and her sisters. But Matt was explaining in the second last episode of his podcast that he actually has that matching tattoo with his own sisters. And then he met Tammy and coincidentally she also has it with her sisters. So now all of them have this matching heart tattoo on their inner wrist. So I think that's really coincidental and funny and cool. And in the most recent episode of his podcast, he answered all of the questions we wanted to know. And I really love his podcast. Like, Anna asks all the questions we want to know. Matt does not shy away from answering things. Like, he was even answering questions about them fighting on their holiday to the Maldives and was explaining, you know, like, we're just like any couple that we do bicker when we're on holidays and it's okay. Like, he addressed the photo of them queuing separately. And he said, you know, yeah, we'd been in that airport for 10 hours and we weren't in the greatest mood with each other, as any normal couple would be. So I thought that was really good. He actually addressed those questions. He also said, this bit's exciting, that he and Tammy are going to get married next year. So we can, you know, watch all the wedding content. It's going to be coming. I'm excited for that. I don't even like weddings, but like, I don't find them interesting, like wedding content usually. But this wedding I am very excited for. He also said that he knew that Tammy was going to say yes because they had the chat before the holiday. So they were watching a Friends episode where there was a wedding. I haven't seen Friends, so I can't really remember who the characters were. Monica and Chandler maybe, and they were getting married in Vegas. And yeah, they were watching that and then they started talking about weddings, I guess, and what they would want for their own wedding. And they were like, you know, we're going to get married. Like, it just sort of was a natural progression of the conversation. That's what I'm getting from his podcast. And yeah, so he knew that she would say yes. So they were going on holidays on Tuesday, and the Thursday before, so literally like 5 days before, Matt decided that he was going to propose on their holiday in the Maldives. So Anna and Michael gave Matt the details of the jeweler they used when they got engaged. And Matt called and said, you know, I want to propose on Tuesday. What can you do? And they said, come in on Saturday for an appointment. So yeah, this was on the Thursday. So 2 days later, he went in for an appointment at Unique Diamonds. I imagine there's some sort of sponsorship deal involved here because he does keep mentioning the name of the shop, but he hasn't disclosed what sort of deal it might be. Maybe it's not a deal, but yes. So 2 days later, he went into the appointment with his best friends and Anna as well, and Anna helped him pick a ring, and he'd also spoken to one of Tammy's friends online and like got her to send some inspiration pictures, and they had to guess the size. So his friends were like betting on the size, which was quite funny, and Anna tried it on her own finger, and the jeweler said, you know, I'm going to go with a K, like that's the guess that I'm thinking. So that's how they chose the ring size. And then another 2 days later, so on the Monday, the day before his holiday, the jeweler delivered it. So it was a very quick turnaround, and Matt hid it in his hand luggage, and it did show up on the screen, the X-ray screen, he was saying, but luckily Tammy didn't turn around and see it. So he just gave all the details and it was so amazing. That's the end of that update. Sorry, I've talked about them for way too long. If you're not into them, you would have found that so boring, but I am obviously very excited about their relationship. And then the fourth update I've got here is a bit of a niche one. I haven't posted about this one publicly and no one's really talked about it, but I found it very interesting. So Brittney Saunders' podcast, she has a podcast with All Right Hey, and it's called High Scrollers. And in it, in the most recent episode, it's called Tammy Hembrow Got Engaged, coincidentally. Brittney mentioned that in, well, I guess 2016, she was going to audition for High Five. So she was talking about like the revitalized version that launched in 2017. So she was going to audition for that, and she didn't in the end, and then ended up on her journey with her Fayt business. So worked out in the end, but I just thought that was quite funny. And I think she'd be really good at it, of course. She's very like bubbly, and she's always done like voiceovers and stuff, and she's really good at like imitating voices and things. And she also revealed that her Newcastle store, the Fayt store, in its first month, they had 200 customers. in comparison to the Melbourne store that's just opened, in their first month, they had 3,000 customers. So 200 customers in Newcastle first month, 3,000 in Melbourne, which is an indicator of like the population differences between those cities, but also just the growth of her business and her brand. So I thought that was pretty impressive. And then finally in that episode, All Right Hey, he mentioned that his partner Sky, they've been together 4.5 years and they've had the ring talk and they've like looked at rings together and things. And Matt is All Right Hey. He's planning to propose with a private but grand gesture when the time is right. So yeah, hopefully that's coming up for 2024 as well. And that is it for the week. So I'm going to go through the questions now. Let's see what everyone's asking. I find that people usually ask a lot of the same question. Lots of like trending topics. It's funny because the iPad is delayed by like 20 seconds. That must be what you're all seeing. Oh, someone had baked potatoes for dinner. Yum. Laura Henshaw crying is cringe. I can deal with parents crying though. That's so interesting that you can deal with parents crying but not Laura. But Laura does cry a lot. I find that she's a very, very, very busy person, I suppose. Like she is the CEO of the Kick company. And yeah, she would be really busy, but she is always crying a lot. And I think it's more sad than cringe, but it's enough on that. Ruby and Doddsy are not following each other anymore. Are they separated? I don't believe they are separated. Like they do post each other every now and then, but they do keep following and unfollowing. So I'm not sure if they're having like little tiffs or maybe she just, it's part of keeping him private. She has always kept him quite private. But yeah, hopefully not. They are engaged and they do have a child together. Oh, here's some guesses for Indy's names. Sora. Oh, someone here is saying that they are the owner of Stitch Nest, so that's very exciting. Apparently they're, I think, a Ballarat-based brand, so they've had to put everything to sold out for now just so they can like catch up on all the orders they got, so that's really exciting for them. Someone's guessing Star is the name. I said last week, 5 days ago, that I think Star's a bit too obvious now. Like she said that it's not obvious because then that wouldn't be a fun guessing game, but yeah, Star's definitely like the top contender. Okay. People are talking about Kim Kardashian. Okay. I strictly stick to Australian influencers on my page and in my lives and everything, except for Molly May. She's the only addition, Molly May from the UK. And that's because I've asked close friends if they would like me to include her in updates. And they overwhelmingly, like a high percentage, said yes. Sam Guggs deleted TikToks. One today was a sad song with a caption about being emotional lately. Yeah, so I spoke about this last week that her and her boyfriend Caleb, it was revealed in Tea Time Facebook group that they unfollowed each other and archived all their old couple photos. And then as soon as that post went up, within like 5 or 10 minutes, they were following each other again. So I think that they saw it and followed each other again because they maybe just don't want to like reveal that publicly yet. But it definitely seems like they have split, unfortunately. This person's saying that she and her boyfriend don't bicker on holidays and they're a normal couple. What am I trying to say? Well, I mean, that's great that you don't bicker, but I think that when you're on holidays with someone and spending so much time with them, it's normal to bicker, whether it's a boyfriend or a friend or a sister. Like, he did say it was just over like the little pointless things. Like, that's what bickering is. Someone's saying here that the Tammy and Matt wedding is going to be a huge brand content wedding. It's definitely possible, but at the same time, I don't think... Oh, no, Tammy does do a lot of sponsorships. Oh, sorry. She does do a lot of sponsorships, but I feel like she more focuses on her own brands, and I can't imagine she'll have like a Saskia wedding or a Women's Best wedding. Not that that's her own brand, but yeah, I don't know. That'll be interesting to see what they do in terms of that sort of stuff. I'm just drinking this mineral water, by the way, in case you all heard that crack before. Where is Brittney's Melbourne store located? So it's in Hawthorn. It's a boutique store. It's not in a shopping centre. That is pretty much the reason why I haven't been yet. Being that I have 2 children, like if it was in Chadstone or High Point, even Werribee Plaza, anywhere in Melbourne, like Eastland, it would be very easy for me to go to with children, but it's just a bit tricky having it as a boutique. But I definitely want to go. I really want to go. I've never bought anything from Fayt, and I feel like I would really love it. I am a size 16, so I feel like she really caters to plus sizes. She does have regular sizes and small sizes as well, but yeah, I think I would really like it. I'm seeing influencers at Chadstone Shopping Centre recently. Yep, a lot of them live over there. I know that Beck Judd, she often posts that she's at Chadstone Shopping Centre. I've never bumped into her there though. I live in Geelong, so I'm nowhere near Chadstone, but my dad lives over near Chadstone Shopping Centre, so I've been going there since I was so young that I can't even remember. And I still go there a lot. I love it. What do you think happened with Sam Guggs and Caleb Poutler with the unfollowing and refollowing situation? Well, I mentioned before that I think that they unfollowed and refollowed because of the tea time thing and not being ready to announce their breakup. But in terms of why they broke up, that I have no idea. Like, I haven't heard anything. All I've heard is the following and unfollowing situation. Oh, the booby tube grass were going... I think this would be booby tape. The booby tape girls were handing out sample bags at Chadstone yesterday. I am seeing the booby tape girls everywhere lately. Absolutely everywhere. They were doing like this giveaway thing where they were saying like 2 names a day and you could like win a free booby tape, and that was showing up in my algorithm. And I don't know, they're having like their parties in America, and now they're doing these sample bags. They are doing a lot of marketing. It's really working on me. Not that I have anywhere that I would even wear booby tape, because I don't leave the house after 7 o'clock pretty much. That's when my girls go to bed. Do I think Molly May's engagement is off? No. So she did release a YouTube video recently, as she does quite regularly, and then it was a pre-recorded video prior to all of this information coming out, with like Tommy Fury partying in Dubai with Chris Brown and like smoking and girls all over him and stuff, and her not wearing her ring. So it was pre-recorded prior to that. And then she added a little bit on the end where she was saying, she's been going through it and she was really sad, and she was saying, she thinks she needs another week to just get herself in a good place mentally, and then she'll talk about it. She still hasn't talked about it though, and I don't think the engagement's off. Like, since then she has posted a photo of herself wearing her ring, and I think that they definitely had a fight of some sort, but I don't think the engagement's off. Okay. Thoughts about the Kearnses again preaching about being more mindful with spending, then going away and spending thousands on more rubbish for the kids. Yeah, I've spoken about this a few times in lives as well. I think that it is quite ironic, the amount of influencers who preach about like environmental stuff, and yet their job is encouraging consumerism and material goods. So it is a bit ironic. But yeah, I don't know. I get that you can care about the environment in some ways, and they probably don't realise that this constant materialistic view is so bad for the environment. I don't think a lot of people realise that, actually. Like, they think if they order something online and it comes in a cardboard box, if they put that box in the recycling, well, they're environmental. But what would be better is to not order the stuff in the first place. But yeah, I don't know the answer to that. I just have a lot of thoughts, not positive or negative. It's just a bit confusing. Someone here is telling me don't go to Werribee Plaza. I love Werribee Plaza. I think that it is so family friendly. As I said, I have 2 children. They're 1 and 3, and they have 2 indoor playgrounds at Werribee Plaza, which is great. They have time zone, and they have heaps of parent rooms. I just think it's really great. And it's really not far from my house, because they're quite close to Geelong. Okay. Actually, in case anyone knows Geelong, I live in Lara, which is the furthest suburb, like right on the edge of Geelong. I actually used to think Lara was a small town. I didn't realise it was part of Geelong. But now that I live here, I realise it is technically a suburb of Geelong. Yeah, someone else is talking about influencers promoting buying all this stuff, especially during a cost of living crisis, and it's not relatable at all. I definitely agree with that. Like, normally I'm not bothered by influencers like showing off their designer purchases and their holidays and things. But the last few weeks, I don't know. I think it's because like buying Christmas presents for my friends and family, like I try to buy, you know, very extravagant gifts because I want to like show them love and stuff. But then I know that I can't be keeping up with like what I'm seeing online, and I don't know, I'm feeling a bit guilty in that way. And also I'm feeling like, I guess just all the feels that people get, like, you know, you feel like, why is that normal when I can't afford that stuff? But it's not normal. What we are seeing online is absolutely not normal. And yes, as I said, it's their job to make us consume, and they are getting this stuff for free and being paid to tell us to buy it. So they're not even spending their money on it. Did you see Tammy.tmb's story today? Posted a man went after her at Woolies, then deleted the stories. Yes, so I did see that. I screenshotted and posted it to close friends before she deleted it. So what she was saying is that she was going into Woolworths today to buy some cookie things, like cookie baking things. Yeah, cookie baking things. And then maybe like 2 hours later, she posted again saying that she was assaulted by a man with tattoos all over his face. And she ran back in, like this was in the car park, and she'd ran back into the store crying, and they were waiting for police to come or something, and she was waiting an hour or two. And then she deleted it and then said, no, because she'd said she was assaulted by a man. And then she deleted it and then said that the police didn't even care because nothing physical happened. So I think that's why she deleted the previous ones, because I think what she meant by assaulted was abused. It sounds like he abused her, like yelling at her. And that's why the police were like, well, there's nothing we can do about it. Which, yeah, really sucks. Did you see Eric is selling Ashy's house? No, I did not. So this must be Gretty's husband, Eric, because I know that he's a real estate agent, is selling Ashy Bynes' house. Okay, that's really interesting because I thought Ashy and Gretty weren't friends anymore. So I need to look into this, and I'll post a bit more to close friends about it when I find out more. Oh, Beck Judd is sponsored by Chadstone Shopping Centre. That makes sense why she's always posting herself there. Oh, okay. The house that Eric is selling is the one that she ran out of money to finish building. Yes, I remember Ashley mentioned that she was building a house and then like all the prices went up and then they couldn't build their dream house anymore. So they decided they were going to finish building it and then sell it. So yeah, okay, Eric's selling that. That is really interesting. She also was posting today, as she was, about looking for venues in Melbourne. She wants to find something because she's going to bring her baseline tour, I guess, to Melbourne. So yeah, I wonder if that will be successful, because I feel like a lot of Melbourne people will go to that. Message me if you are going to go to it, because I probably will go to it, and maybe we could like stand together, sit together, work out together, whatever she does. Is anyone guessing Veruca's baby name? No, I haven't heard anyone guessing Veruca's baby name. I don't know enough about her to guess. I wonder if she will release it publicly. Like, she may not. Although it is very engaging content, so if she wants that, she definitely would. Spoonful of Sarah is also an ambassador for Chadstone, as is Megan Gale. Okay, and Werribee is not this person's type of vibe. I don't go there for the people. I am probably one of those people. I'm not the most fancy person. Someone here has just moved from Queensland to Melton and they love Werribee Plaza. Emma, you are my type of gal. Sophie, I swear I saw you in Woolies the other day. Was it in the Geelong region? You probably did. I do get recognised quite often. It's quite funny. Even like a man at Aldi was serving me the other day. And he was like, I know you from somewhere. And I was like, oh, I don't know. Because I just get so awkward. I don't want to be like, yeah, I'm on Instagram and TikTok and whatever. But he was like, oh, I've seen you on TikTok. Like, what videos do you do on there? I'm like, oh, influencer updates. He's like, no, it wouldn't be that. I'm like, okay. And he's like, you do parenting videos. I'm like, oh yeah, I have a personal channel where I do parenting videos. And he was a parent. So yeah, I think that's where he recognized me from. But yeah, I just get so awkward. Do you like that Sabo girl's new house? Yeah, it's absolutely incredible. I mean, Tessie is her name, and the house is called Greece, and it's won like a whole heap of design awards, and it looks like the most extravagant house I've ever seen an influencer live in. But a lot of people don't like that it's very neutral, like everything's like cream and beige and white, and people say it's boring. I say it's luxe. I would absolutely love it. Any updates on Martha Kay? So I posted on my close friends yesterday that she had her son's christening recently, and she posted links to the outfit she wore. It was a $6,500 outfit, which included a $4,500 YSL dress and a $2,000 pair of Bottega shoes. So completely unrelatable. Don't know why she put the links in there. Like, does she get a commission from that? Because surely there's not that many people buying that stuff. But she did look incredible, of course. Did you get any Christmas cards from influencers? No. No, I did not. Okay, Veruca, she's been saying that her baby's name starts with C and is tattooed on her. I do remember that now that you say that. I posted it on Close Friends. She's got it on the inside of her fingers maybe, and she showed the C and then crossed out the rest. And people were guessing, yeah, someone's guessed here Cade. I think there were a few Corey guesses, but yeah. You're right, it's C, and it must be 4 letters because it was like C XXX. But we will find out soon. I believe she said that her baby is due very soon. And someone's saying here that Ashley Barnes spoke about Gretty recently on her podcast. So yeah, looks like they are friends again. Okay, I'll have to look into that. I need to look into this whole Ashley Gretty situation in the house and everything. So thank you everybody for joining me. I'm going to sign out now. It has been 27 minutes, and if you have any other questions that you'd like me to answer, you can always DM me. I love talking about influencers. So yes, make sure you message me anything you want to know. All right, thank you.